Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Bros here with another Marvel Rivals video. And today, this is just going to be some straight gameplay, pretty unedited. I ended up going 36-1 on Thor, and this was Diamond 1 or 2 at the time. And this is also when Diamond was basically top 1% though. Because now Diamond is not top 1%, everybody moved up and up and up. But this gameplay is a few weeks old. So back when this was Diamond, you know, when you upgraded to Diamond, it would say top 1% or whatever. But I thought it'd be a cool idea to actually talk over my gameplay and tell you guys what I'm thinking during the time. And here, I typically play more diving the backline-ish Thor. You can play Thor multiple ways, where you can dive the DPS, you can brawl up front with the tanks, you can flank around and go for the supports. That's the way I like to play, especially with a cap. But the problem with that is someone has to peel for your supports. If you have really good DPS or like a Bucky or a Punisher or a Moon Knight, somebody's going to be back there with the supports kind of, you can play as free as you want. But a lot of times, Thor's one of the best peel tanks in the game, so you want, you know, it's okay to brawl other tanks and sit up front and put yourself in a position to peel for your supports and save them if they get in trouble. But here I am, basically taking a lot of space here as Thor, making sure I keep the other Thor occupied. This is a massive Thor diff, by the way. I actually really made this Thor look bad, poor guy. But you know, you gotta have no mercy when you're trying to climb the ranks. Here I am, getting ulted by the Namor. I'm actually, you know, and one of the best things about Thor too, one of my favorite things about Thor is that he can take height. It's so much fun to take height on Thor. Look how high I can get up and actually get on the Namor. You can get rid of those pesky DPS that want to sit up top, like this guy. The squids almost messed me up, but here I am going into the Awakening, which also I want to speak on his abilities. That Awakening, basically, if you see on the screen, there's 3 hammers. When there's 3 hammers fully charged, you can press square, or if your PC, it's gonna be something else, and you go into that mode where you throw lightning. One of the best things about that is when you hit that, you automatically get 200 health, which is insane. And here I am going into it again, and you see my health go shot up 200, and this is very, very high damage. This is like his DPS ability. He's almost like a tank DPS hybrid because of that ability there. His hammer's decent damage, but I think it's on par with like tank damage. Not great. But if you catch somebody out of position, no healer, you can definitely pummel them with the hammer. And here we are, diving the Thor together. That guy's having a tough game. Here I am going into the back line, taking space, making sure that they can't get their footing, making sure that we keep the cart rolling. Because, you know, if we're not holding that line, they get to go past us and go to the car. Here they are, ulting with Storm. I got out of the way, not knowing that my support was going to drop an ult, but obviously I went back. Here I am on the supports with the Iron Fist. That's another thing, too. If you have someone diving with you, Thor can be absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Like, he's good enough to kill things by himself, but if someone is helping you, you will melt stuff in the back line, especially squishies. Look at the damage from Awakening there. Was able to take out the Mantis. Huge pick in a fight like this. If you can pick a support, you almost always win it. Here I am. He's awakening. I'm awakening. And another thing too, like the bubble that I just dropped, Thor's bubble ability. It does damage, not a lot, if they step in and out of it. So what you wanna do is you wanna dive on people, and then you want to drop the bubble on top of them, because another thing, they take damage when they step out of it, and they get slowed. So it's a really slept on amazing ability. I don't see a lot of Thors used correctly, like they're, you know, dropping the bubble, getting extra damage, slowing them to make the Awakening shots easier to hit. It's a nice part of his kit that I love. I will say, the one thing in his kit that I do not use is his hammer throw, the R1. Because it's just so weak. But what I will say is it's weak damage wise, right? But it's actually a good ability for one reason, in my opinion. Other than if somebody's like really one shot and you can actually hit them with it, you know, get the kill from long range. But one thing that it does is it gives you 100 health, 100 shield rather. So you can actually like R1 the ground and go into a fight with 200 extra shield. Or 200 extra HP, basically. I don't tend to do that because I'd rather have like the Awakening charge up. And look there, look at that, big all. Taking space, 20 kill streak. This was probably definitely a team diff, but man, I am definitely diffing their tanks big time. And then one thing I love about Thor 2 is you can dive the flyers like that there. Like earlier, I was able to go up height, get the Namor. You can also dive into a storm like that, push them, and fluster them. You know what I mean? And then if they're weak, you can go straight into Awakening and pop them. Right here, 23-0, ace of the match. The other Thor is having an awful time. Awful time. I know this guy's going through it. But here we are. We're back. We got to play defense. I'm pretty sure these guys are going to get the first point. So I actually thought they were going to give up or surrender or, you know, be blaming each other and not trying. But these guys actually, shout out to these guys, they actually came out and tried because that was an absolute roll. And here we are. You know, see, I'm playing up like main, but I'm also close enough to turn around and peel for my supports. So since they had a cap, that's how I decided to play this game. I'm taking them out with that Awakening there, big damage. But yeah, like if they have dive tanks, you have to keep your supports alive. Because normally, like I said, with Thor, I like to just play in their backline. But I'm deciding to brawl the tank and play point, so that way I can just immediately turn around and dash to my supports if they need me. Because my other tank is also capped, so he's definitely not really peeling. He could peel, but when I play cap, I don't peel for my supports. I just straight up live in the other team's backline. Here we are, Caps handling that turret, deflecting the damage. Their cap is pretty bad too, to be fair. Their Thor is also getting just absolutely demolished. These guys gotta know when to reset, when to group up, and if you don't do that against me, I'm gonna punish you. Just 100%. I'm gonna make you pay for that. So here I am. See, on my support, I make sure to dash into him, push him out the way. Like, you're not killing my support, bro. And I'm just straight bullying this Captain America. And that's how you want. That's what Thor really is. Thor is just a straight up bully. I mean, this guy's taking lunch money back in the day. And look at that Awakening damage on that turret. Oh my god, look at the snipe with the Awakening. Just absolutely love it. He's definitely one of my top 2 favorite tanks to play. I think I have my most hours on him, or second most hours on him out of anyone in the game. Probably first for Vanguard. My most played is Bucky, if you saw my other video. I think I have like 30 hours on Bucky and maybe 12 on Thor. But typically, yeah, when I play Thor, typically the games go pretty well. Because I do have an understanding of the game and how to play and help my team while still trying to slay out. Now, another thing that I do want to bring up that I forgot to mention is team-ups in this game are incredible. They add so much flavor and fun to the game. And so, my team up here is me and Captain America. What he does is he gives me 100 extra max health, which means that I can stack my shield higher as Thor. And the team up for him is he gets a whole new ability that lets him ricochet a lightning shield. It's amazing. Here I am with the big ult as well. So I am getting, I don't want to say an advantage because they had Cap Thor for most of the game too. They ended up dropping a tank and going 3 DPS because Thor clearly was not working, obviously, but they ended up keeping the cap here. Also, look at me trying to play the health pack and not grabbing it. We don't want to talk about it. But that's another thing too, is if you learn the maps with Thor and you get really good with the movement, big Awakening, you can get in and out and play your health kits. And that's how you're able to dive and hide, you know, play in the back line and stuff like that. Because he has the built-in shields. The Awakening gives him 200 HP, so if you get weak, you can pop that as kind of a, I don't want to say get out of jail free card. But, you know, it gives you that 200 extra health to make a play. And every time you dash, you do get 100 health. And like I said before, that the R1 move that you never see me use, that I never will use, you can also just throw that and hit the ground, hit a wall, hit anything. Just using it gives you health. So, if you want to use that 2 times before going into battle, I think I alluded to it earlier, you can go in with 200 extra health, dash in, and have 800 HP. Absolute tank. Extremely hard to kill. You get, you know, down to maybe 400, 300 health. By the time your hammers are recharged, you can pop Awakening, have 500 health, 600 health, and do massive damage and be in a position to get kills. Like here, the magic was getting me a little weak. You know, I felt like my life was in danger a little bit. Popped Awakening, took her out, and got the health to stay alive. But yeah, the team up with Cap is amazing. It's one of my favorite. It is my favorite team up in the game. I will admit, it's my favorite team up in the game. My second it's close second is Bucky and Rocket. Here I am dashing in, getting the Punisher. Well, Moon Knight actually finished him, but you know I got my damage in. And here, you know, I know too. You got to know when to get in and out too. Like there, I'm 200 HP. They're diving me. I'm in their spawn. It's time to escape, and he's one of the best tanks at taking space, getting out, going in, engaging. I mean, he's just absolutely amazing. And I can't say it enough, man. The devs absolutely cooked with like 99% of this roster. I'll even say 100%. You know, I used to think Black Widow was the worst character in the game. I still do, but I've played against Black Widows who are cracked. I played against Black Widows. I had a Black Widow go 45 in like 4 men ranked, and had our whole team fighting. There I am, my first and only death of the match, and I think I tried to pop ult there to stay alive, which it's 50-50, man. His ult isn't like super necessary to win games. It's not as bad as like wasting a support ult, but you definitely, you know, you don't ever want to waste ult. But I have popped ult before weak and it gave my healers enough time to look up and catch me with a heal or two, and then I come down, pop awakening, and get out. So you know, like it can work, but that was an ill-advised play for sure. But overall, you know, I'm not making too many mistakes in this game. Here I am, they popped ult. I know they're backed up, and we're going in, I guess, because the Invisible Woman popped her ult as well, which is a great play by her. And then, you know, like massive damage here from the awakening. I just got like 30% ult charge pretty quick because of all the damage that I was putting out. And there, Thor dropped awakening. The caps in ult, you're not killing that guy in ult. You just kind of got to wait that one out. And, you know, here I am brawling again. Also making sure, look at me, and look at me escape his ult. Easy escape for me. Now look at me knowing where the med kit is. That's a huge part of Thor, man. Is I'm telling you guys, the movement and using that movement to get to health kits. And here she is. She's looking for the health kit. It's already taken. I'm gonna make sure to stand on top of it, so if it comes back, I get it and she does not. Just, you know, just little small plays like that, like high IQ plays. The dash and on the double support kill, just absolutely nasty. And that's GG's. That'll be game. So hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully I said something that'll help your Thor gameplay. If you're thinking about playing Thor, if you are playing Thor, maybe you learned something new. Maybe not. But that is the thought process of me when I'm playing Thor. I'm always trying to go into the back line, and it's amazing to dash into the back line, drop your bubble on a support on top of them, and then just beat them up, and then awakening if they're like have a movement ability to get away from you, and his melee's short. So that's when you want to use. Also, it was Diamond 2, and as you see, 36 and 1. I mean, look at the damage. Look at the damage. It's absolutely crazy. And yeah, just, you know, I think the Thor was 9 and 15 or something. Yeah, there it is, 9 and 15. Most damage in the entire match. And I'm playing with a Moon Knight here that has 29 kills. So it's pretty, you know, it's pretty impressive if you ask me. My cap was really good. My team was really good. My supports were great. They were phenomenal. And we just team diffed them, guys. But that is what my value was in that game and what I was thinking. And, you know, Thor, he's a carry tank, but he also can be a throw pick. So you got to really know what you're doing, man, if you're playing Thor, because you don't want to just run in and die over and over, because he does take a lot of damage. But yeah, other than that, yeah, they had 2 different guys try to play Thor against me. Didn't work. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.